How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another live episode of the Mash and Drum. Welcome here tonight. Hope everyone's ready to have a good time. I got a lot of stuff I want to do. Just checking the chat real quick. There we go. How you doing, Mike? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. We have the Dan Trout is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you always. Jason Coates making his finally catching alive. How you doing? Thanks for coming by. Bird Dog all the way from Florida. Thomas S. Really nice to see everyone tonight. We got Dwayne Large is in the house too. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming by. Got a lot to get through tonight, guys. It's been a big kind of news week in the whiskey world, so I want to go through some stories. What we're going to do tonight is go through some of the whiskey stories. I'm going to show you some cool bottles. We are going to taste another version of Poor Man's Poppy that I'd only heard about just yesterday, mixing Maker's Mark Cask Strength with Larceny. So we're going to be trying that, and thanks to my good buddy Dan Trout, I have a little bit of Pappy 15 left, so we're gonna put them head to head and see actually if it's actually a decent Poor Man's Pappy. And then after that, I'm gonna go through some of my favorite scotches that I've tried in September, and then open the star of the show here tonight, which will be Compass Box Spice Tree Extravaganza. So really looking forward to that. Let's see who we got here. Moose 76 is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming by. Scotty from My Bourbon Journey. Thanks for coming, man. As always. Who else do we got? Everyone just kind of coming in. All right, so first to the news. This is going to be my weekly news segment now for you guys. So I got this bottle here now sitting next to me because if you haven't heard already, it's official. The rumors from the powers that be at Heaven Hill have indeed discontinued this bottle. The Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond, sadly, one of my favorites. Obviously only available in Kentucky, but for $14 and for the type of juice you were getting in there, you really couldn't beat it. So this was confirmed not only by Heaven Hill, but also by Fred Minnick, the whiskey god. I'm going to show you, this was his tweet that he sent out. He said, "The day has come. You can end the rumors. Value Bourbon just died a little bit today. Due to the demand of its stocks, we made the decision to eliminate sales of Heaven Hill 6-year-old bottled and bond Kentucky straight bourbon altogether." So that kind of sucks, but that's what he tweeted. So stock up now, everyone, if you can. Go run to the store. Try to find some if you're in Kentucky, especially. The stuff's going to be flying off the shelves like, I don't know, Spock's ears at a Trekkie convention. So in a statement last night, Heaven Hill explained that with the support of the distributing partners, they made the decision to eliminate sales of Heaven Hill 6-year altogether. So the reason was very kind of iffy. It was officially chalked up to the times are changing. That's what they literally said. Due to the growing demand for American whiskey, they have ceased production of some of the more regional and younger age brands over the past several years, including this one. So basically everyone's asking what's going to happen to this stuff. I mean, they're not just going to dump it in a river. So there are a lot of rumors, different rumors going around. Basically the two that I've heard is this will eventually keep aging, and then they're going to re-release an 8-year-old bottled and bond that will be more widely distributed, or they will save the juice and re-release it in another version in an old fits. So, but I'm sure more rumors will come out, and we'll see what happens with that. Kind of sucks. Yeah, the secondary market, Dan Trout, I mean, it's ridiculous already. I was talking to Scott and Dan earlier. We had seen bottles on the secondary going for hundreds of dollars already. It's just insane. But that's what people do. They're going to pounce on it. Before I get into the next stories, what's everyone sipping on tonight? I have some, I've already started with some Larceny. So cheers, everyone. Happy Whiskey Wednesday. That's good stuff. I love Larceny. Such a good weeder. Just a really nice vanilla caramel note on the end of that. That's really good. Again, more Heaven Hill stuff. But I'm interested to see, how larceny even evolves over this. If anything, we'll go into that from the Heaven Hill. But like I said, more rumors coming. Let's see. My Bourbon to Scott. You are sipping on the ECBP 517. Love that stuff. Reviewed it, as you guys know. That stuff was just, every bottle of that stuff is just stellar. Can't get enough of it. Moose 76 older. Usually they go younger or NAS. Yeah, Moose, I would agree with that. It's hard to say. There's so many rumors going around. I'm sure you'll see it on chats or wherever you may be. Dan Trout, I really want to try the barrel proof larceny. Dan, I don't think I think I was watching an episode of It's Bourbon Night, and Chad had said he had asked Denny Potter about it. And I don't think it was coming mainstream, but could be wrong. Dwayne, you're sipping on Woodford Reserve. Nice. Bourbon's shenanigans. So do I. Okay. So next whiskey story here, guys. Highland Park has bottled a 50-year-old whiskey. It's kind of a mean thing to talk about because it's one of those things that we'll probably never be able to get or see. It's priced at $15,000. It's only 274 bottles were bottled from this stuff. It's still pretty impressive. What I'm going to do is I'll show you a picture of the bottle. Hold on one second. So this is the Highland Park 50. It was distilled in 1964 and is a bottling of 2 sherry seasoned Spanish hogshead casks. These 2 hogshead casks sat aside for nearly 5 decades, but when it came time to marry them, they actually had to ship the barrels separately before they got married together and then bottled. So the 2 casks were so rare and valuable that sending them on the same ship to the mainland was out of the question. So they were married again for another 8 years. Once they got to the same mainland, they got blended, aged another 8 years, and it's a 1960 vintage, and I mean it's 42.3% ABV, and available at select retailers starting at the end of September 2018. So anyone who may see it might see it soon. Who knows? Oh, thanks, Donner Pass Whiskey. Yep, I got my shirt from Roy. Love it. Jason Coates. Oof. Yeah, when I heard $15,000, it was a little bit ridiculous. Next story. So for those of you guys who are big fans of Kavalan, the award-winning Taiwanese whiskey, they just released the Kavalan Distillery Select. So let me show you. I'll show you that bottle. It's actually pretty nice looking. So this is the Distillery Select. So this was made for Master Blender Ian Chang after winning the Icons of Whiskey 2018 Distiller of the Year Award. It's matured. It's at 43% ABV. It'll have a $60 price tag, so not too bad. Next, the Jim Beam Repeal Batch. So for any of you guys, I have one right here. When I was in Kentucky, I grabbed a few bottles of this stuff. I'm going to be reviewing this. It's going to be one of my first reviews kicking off in October. So this is a 85th anniversary of the Repeal Day. It's a 4-year non-chill filtered bourbon. It is 86 proof. So I'm going to compare this to the original Jim Beam when I do the review and see how they stack up. Obviously, this one will probably have more flavor, but I'm just curious. Let's see. Next one, Japanese Harmony, the 30th anniversary special bottling. I know a lot of people are really big fans of Japanese whiskey. So they're creating a celebratory 30th anniversary of the Suntory Whiskey Hibiki brand. Will be available in the United States October 1st. So this, guys, is a very pretty bottle. I'll show you this. So they really made a beautiful artwork on it. Check that out. It's inspired by a traditional kimono pattern. It's embellished in this traditional Japanese style of celebration, precious gifts, and ancient times. So it'll be $100 a bottle. So that's coming out and hitting the stores October 1st. Second, let's see here. What do we got? Nice have a Jim Beam signature crab, €12. Have not tried yet. Yeah. Jeff, when are we going to get the repeal batch in Ohio? Jeff, I actually ran into one of the Glazer guys at the liquor store on Tuesday, and he said it's slated to come at the end of October, unfortunately. So gonna have to wait a little bit. But if you're ever out of the state, it's already on shelves. Like I said, I got that in Kentucky already. So next one, Old Ezra. You guys remember Old Ezra? They're releasing a barrel strength Kentucky straight bourbon. The folks at Luxco announced Old Ezra Barrel Strength Kentucky. It's going to be barreled at 117 proof. And for the first time, the bottles will be embossed with both Ezra Brooks and the Lux Row Distillers logo across the top. So I got to grab a picture of that bottle as well. Show you guys that one. For those of you in Ohio, this one is actually hitting the shelves in Ohio in October, beginning of October. So we should start seeing it pretty soon, which is pretty cool. And let's see. I don't know if you guys have heard. So this is an Irish whiskey story. You guys know Conor McGregor. Apparently, he worked with the master distiller over at David Elder, previously at Guinness, and it took all this time. And they did about, let me see, he said 100 blends to create McGregor's signature Irish whiskey, which would be called Proper Number 12, to be released September of 2018 at 80 proof. No pricing on that. Then the last story of the night, guys, that I have before we get into drinking some bourbon. So Jack Daniels is bottling a limited edition Tennessee whiskey. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. It's called the Jack Daniels Heritage Barrel. It's a very pretty looking bottle. So let me show you guys this bottle. It's really nice looking. So this is the Jack Daniels single barrel special release. So master distiller Jeff Arnett and his team began by personally selecting just 200 handcrafted American white oak barrels constructed at the Jack Daniels cooperage. They were then slowly heated to create a dipper richer toasted layer prior to being charred. Excuse me. So they were used to mature in the uppermost echelons of their warehouses, resulting in this 100 proof product. It's supposed to be very vanilla, sweet baking spices, and you get a finish of oak on it. It said it creates a flavor different than any of their other single barrel expressions. Does that mean no banana scent? So that will be retailing at $65, well, $64.99 beginning in October. So keep your eye out for that, guys, if you like Jack. All right. Let's see. Bourbon shenanigans. He didn't work on anything. Yeah, I agree. Conor McGregor didn't do nothing with that except probably just drink it for free. I've seen Proper 12 in the stores. Oh, really? I haven't even seen it, Moose. Wow, $35. That's it. I'd probably rather just drink Tullamore or even. I love Jameson stout cask. That stuff's delicious. Got to buy a bunch of new whiskey. Yeah, Jeff, I agree. It is a really nice looking bottle for Jack Daniels. So, I'll grab it. I'll try it. I have a Jack Daniels barrel proof that I actually really enjoy. Jack Daniels isn't one of my favorite go-to bourbon Tennessee whiskeys or whatever you want to call it. But that stuff is actually really good. It's so good with a higher proof. Just goes to show you what a higher proof will do. All right, so now it's time for the experiment. So the experiment says that now let me know in the chat if you guys have heard of this Poor Man's Pappy. So everybody knows the Weller 12 and Weller Antique mix to get Poor Man's Pappy. I am thinking about doing this other one with Larceny and Maker's Mark Cask Strength. I don't know if you guys have heard of this blend. Basically, it's about 66% Maker's Mark Cask Strength, and the rest would be the Larceny, so about 30-some% of the Larceny. So I'm going to mix this together. And like I said, Dan Trout was really kind enough to send me a little sample of Pappy 15. I have some left. So I'm going to sip on that tonight, compare, and see how close it is. So, excuse me, I have a little larceny in there already. Let's sip that. Let's add some Maker's Mark cask strength. Ooh. Now, for those of you who aren't so much a fan of Maker's Mark, the cask strength is actually pretty decent stuff. I wouldn't say I'm in love with it. There's other stuff I'd rather drink, but if you're really a big fan of Maker's Mark, then definitely try the cask strength. It's just got those flavors from regular Maker's Mark, just obviously amped up to the next level. So we're gonna pour this in here, 66%. Okay, ooh, kind of a lot, but I don't have any scientific measuring tool, so I'm just going by eye. Let's see here. Hard to beat basic 10. Stout is a great idea. Yeah, the stout edition is awesome. Rather drink that. All right. So, Mike, does that mean you're going to go grab some stout edition? Is that what you mean by great idea? You're going to go grab it and drink it right now? So, going to mix this together. And now I'm going to take my, I actually have a old Rip Van Winkle glass that I got at Buffalo Trace. And I'm going to pour the rest of my Pappy 15 in here. Thanks again, Dan, for this. Amazing that you'd even share that. I got way more in one glass than the other, so that's okay. So let's go here on the nose. So this is the blend. So this is the Larceny and Maker's Mark cask strength. And let's mix this around a little bit. Let's go on the nose. Super potent on the nose, alcohol. It's got to open up a little bit. Getting those usual, the Maker's Mark more is punching through than Larceny, which makes sense because Maker's Mark has that high alcohol content. Oh, now it's starting to blend together nicely. Now you're getting some really nice, you're getting the really nice wheated bourbon scent. It's really nice and easy. Really, really vanilla forward. You're getting a lot of oak there as well. And now let's go to the Pappy here. I mean, I would say the nose is similar, but the Pappy is just, has way more of a candy sweetness to it. Way more inviting than this. I mean, I think they call this the poorer man's Pappy, so that makes kind of sense. And I've always found the Larceny or Heaven Hill products to have a slighter, more nutty flavor. Whereas, Buffalo Trace, for me at least, especially with the wheated bourbons, just tends to be sweeter. Bird Dog, not fond of Maker's Mark cask strength. Yeah, Bird Dog, a lot of people aren't. It's really preference. It's I find that people that really, really love Makers really like the Maker's Mark cask strength, but I'd actually drink this over Maker's Mark cask strength. But Maker's Mark it's good stuff. It has its place. The red wax topping is just brilliant marketing. It's iconic. So you can always spot it on the shelf. Moose 76 nutty drink. Wait, wrong channel. Yeah, that's right. It's bourbon night. Yeah, I kind of stole that from Chad. Chad always says it's nutty, but it's true. I mean, Heaven Hill does have this kind of nutty flavor to it. Not so much on the Larceny because of that wheated flavor, but all right, gonna go in for a taste, guys. Cheers! Happy Whiskey Wednesday. You know what, guys? It's actually not a bad blend. It's pretty good. You can taste the Larceny kind of coming through the Maker's Mark. It's got a nice long finish to it. Not bad. That's actually not a bad blend. If you guys have those two bottles, I would try that blend. Remember, it's about 66% Maker's cask strength and 33% 34% larceny. So try it out. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to go in for the Pappy 15. Ooh, love this stuff. My favorite Pappy out of the bunch. Cheers. Yeah, it's not even close. Not even close. This is so well-rounded and has such a nice, sweet. This is such a good flavor profile. I mean, you really can taste the corn and the vanilla and the that oak, but it's not overpowering. That's why I love that 15-year Pappy. Just has such an amazing flavor profile to it. I love it. Doesn't really taste anything like this. This is definitely more oaky, woody. This comes through as sweet with a little bit of oak on the end, a little bit more well-rounded. But this is not a bad blend. Yeah. The more this sits, the more it's getting a little bit bitter. So I don't know if that's something with the interaction between the two bourbons, but usually you don't get that with one or the other. But mixed together, it's doing something funky in there. No, I still maintain that Weller and Weller Antique would probably be a little bit closer. Obviously, it's coming from the same distillery. So mission fail for this. It's not terrible, but I'd rather drink Pappy 15. All right, so done with that. I'll say what's going on in the chat here. Burdock, I might need more time to marry. Yeah, I'm going to actually let it sit here a while. I'm not going to do anything to it. Let it sit, see what happens. Donner Pass, wish larceny cask strength was more available. Yeah, I totally do too. Larceny is good stuff, Moose. Yeah, I agree. Larceny for me is whenever people ask me about a wheated bourbon, obviously if they can't get Weller. I'm lucky here in Ohio. Recently, the last couple months, Weller has been very easy to get. Not 12, but the Special Reserve and the Antique. You can get that. It usually comes in about every Tuesday. I just picked up another bottle of Special Reserve on Tuesday. Also found some Colonel Taylor single barrel, which I'm a little bit hesitant about all the time because some of those bottles can get a little bit, they're very hit or miss. The Colonel Taylor single barrel. Some of them are really great. Some of them are just not so much. Moose 76 Weller is hard to find here. Yeah, a lot of people get that all the time. Oh, Numenium's here. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to save this little bit of Pappy here. So once this melds together a little bit more, we can do another quick test. But what I did want to get into, guys, is if you guys have been watching my reviews and based on the comments you have, which I really appreciate, thank you so much. I'm up to 168, 66 subscribers, something like that. So I couldn't be happier. It's awesome. It's going really well. I'm enjoying it. It's getting easier to do, and I'm trying to keep my my reviews kind of a little bit shorter, more to the point. In the beginning, I felt like I was tending to go like on, and I just wanted to keep talking about it. But the Scotch journey that I've been on this month has been great. So far from what I've tried, excluding the Ardbeg, because I'm going to be reviewing that for Friday's episode, I want to actually go through my top 3 that I've tried so far, which have been great. Let's see. No, here we go. I need some more 107. Lucky. Yeah, Mike, just driving to Ohio. We got there's a good amount of it. Every Tuesday or Wednesday it comes in. Nice, easy drinking Weller. Yep, it's very Scott. Making my 3rd bottle of the 60 and 40% Weller 12. Nice, Peter. Welcome, man. That's awesome. That's always a good blend. Jason Coates, we got a bunch of 107 here recently. Usually hard to find. Yep. Dwayne Large, Weller's not available in Indiana. Oh wow, actually that's funny, Dwayne, because I drive to Indiana to get other stuff that I can't get in Ohio. Bird Dog, yeah, we mentioned the cask strength. We're not really sure if that's coming full distribution yet. Haven't seen it anywhere. Donner Pass, you did a really good job with Scotchy September. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Jason Coates. Yeah, I had a good time exploring the Scotch world, and now I think, aside from bourbon, during my reviews coming up, I really want to incorporate Scotches that I want to try or new Scotches that come in. Since I think my palate is just now more used to it. It's been really great. So my top 3 that I've tried so far. So coming in at in third place was which one was it? Was this guy, which was Compass Box Spice Tree. So this was my third place out of the ones that I tried. Really loved this stuff. It was good. It had so much flavor to it. Really liked it. On a little bit, we're going to compare this to the Spice Tree Extravaganza, but this was probably my third favorite out of the bunch. My number 2 may surprise you guys, but I really liked it, and I kept sipping on it after the review, and that was the Lagavulin 8. Yeah, so all you peat heads that wanted me to get into peat, I really enjoyed this stuff. I mean, it was as I was drinking it, the smoke, the medicinal peated smoke that normally, most people that aren't used to it smell. As I mentioned in the review, when I was working my way up, drinking Highland Park, drinking the what's it called, the Fire and Cane from Glenfiddich, that peat smoke and I was getting those sweet flavors through it. This was a different kind of peat, but it became a barbecue sweet peat. If that makes sense. I know you guys that really love, the heavily peated scotches really like this stuff. So I get it. And I was sipping on this stuff after my review, and the longer it sat, the better it got, the more, the sweeter it got. And I was really, really liking this stuff. So yeah, thanks for recommending. I got to shout out to Roy. He told me to try the Lagavulin 8. I know he thinks highly of it. So I tried it and I really, really liked it. This was also the highest ABV, which makes me think, the highest ABV that I tried in my lineup. So it made me really appreciate the higher ABV stuff. So I'm really looking forward to getting into more of those. Let's see. Here we go. Take care, Scott. Thanks for coming by, man. Dwayne Large, look forward to seeing you try the Ardbeg. Yeah, me too. After loving the Lagavulin so much, I can't wait to get into the Ardbeg. Dwayne Large, the Laga 8 is great. Liquid Gold, I agree. Bird Dog, been drinking bourbon since I was 18, so Scotch is a new tasting adventure for me as well. Yeah, it's the thing that amazes me about Scotch is not so. The first thing that grabbed me was the amazing difference of flavor profiles, and really kind of where based on the regions. I know the regions don't matter as much anymore. But the thing that really blew my mind was the color. So with bourbon, bourbon and rye, I mean, you really kind of look at the color. Usually, if it's aged longer, it's usually that means you'll get a darker, you'll get a more richer color in your bourbon. Not thin, it'll be more thick. But with Scotch, the Lagavulin was easily the lightest one that I tried. I mean, that thing was like champagne, but it packed the most flavor, and that is really what blew my mind and really got me to thinking. How amazing this Scotch journey has been. Let's see. Been drinking bourbon. Okay, Donald Pass. Be interested to see if you think the Extravaganza is nearly double the price. Yes, and that is the reason why I'm doing this, because luckily I got that Spice Tree Extravaganza as a gift, so I didn't have to pay for it. But before any of you guys go out and run and buy it, I'm definitely going to want to compare it and see. I've seen on a couple of rating sites that the regular Spice Tree is rated higher than the Extravaganza, so wanted to find out for myself. Plus, it's a bottle I haven't opened yet. How you doing, Richie Z? Welcome, man. Thanks for coming. Moose76 is here. Let's see. He tried Ledaig. Try Ledaig's 10. Yeah. Roy from Aquavite told me to try that. I can't find it here in Ohio. Been looking for it. If I see it anywhere, I'm definitely going to grab it. Hey, it's Bourbon Nights here. How you doing? Hi, guys. So thanks for coming. I don't know if that's Chad or Sarah. Usually it's Sarah on there, but if it's Sarah, hi. I got a chance to meet them down in Kentucky for when we were waiting online for the Four Roses 130th anniversary bottle. So they were super nice, and it was great to meet them. So my number one Scotch that I tried so far this September was the Old Putney 12. Surprisingly, and this was only 25 bucks. I think for a bourbon lover, this had kind of everything that I enjoy. It was a little bit salty. It was sweet. It was the salted caramel flavor that got me. The salted caramel flavor that sometimes I get in bourbon was all throughout this, and it was so good, and it was just kind of on another level. I can't wait to try some older expressions. This was my number one. So those are my top three that I tried so far. Great meeting you too. Hope we can hang sometime. Yeah, absolutely, guys. I'm going to be in Kentucky a lot. Sarah, I think if that's you, I know you have your birthday bash coming up. Maybe come down for that. That might be fun. So I'm going to go back into this blend, guys. Before I open the Extravaganza, I'm going to try this Poor Man's Pappy right here again. So for you guys that just joined, I mixed Maker's Mark Cask Strength, about 60%, with 40% Larceny. Mix it together, let it mingle. Apparently this is the Poorer Man's Pappy. And then I have a small dose of Pappy 15 right here. So I'm seeing how it goes against each other. So Jason Coates, Richie Z, great review of the Lagavulin 8. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I had fun doing that one. It definitely punched me in the face, but it was fun. Jason Coates, try to find the discontinued 17. Jason Coates, I'm already ahead of you. I picked up the 17. I have it. Going to review it, and I cannot wait. The 21 I haven't seen yet here. Let's see. So let's go back into here. This is the mix. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, for some reason my browser quit on me, so I just got it back up. Sorry about that. All right, so back into here. So this is back to the mix. It's gotten better as it sat. I still wouldn't say it's as good as the Pappy, but it's not a bad blend. Honestly, I'd still rather drink Larceny on its own over mixing it with Maker's Mark Cask Strength. But Maker's Mark is pretty good. But I'm going to finish off my Pappy 15 here. And now I'm sad because it's all gone. But hopefully one day I'll grab another bottle of that. That's good stuff. Let's see. Jason Coates, I have 21. Can't find the 17 locally. Oh, yeah, Jason, I don't have the 21's not here. The 17 actually just hit Ohio a couple months ago. Hasn't been here that long. Let's see. Jason Coates, man down. Yeah, I'm back. For some reason, my thing quit on me. Not sure why. Jason Coates, gold for gold. All right. So now I'm going to go into the Spice Tree Extravaganza battle. So let me open this one. As you can see, after I reviewed it, I was sipping on this a good amount. Now we're going to go to the Extravaganza here. Woo. Ooh. I got to tell you guys that the artwork that Compass Box does, the marketing is just insane. I said in the review there should be like a museum for this artwork. I mean, this bottle, the artwork on this stuff is just beautiful. I mean, whoever's doing this stuff is just a genius. Let's see here. Bourbon Shenanigans. I'm still on the hunt for the Ball Blair 90. Oh, that's a good call out, Mike. I've heard great things about Ball Blair. Dan Trout, there will be more in your future, my friend. Really, buddy? I mean, you're a generous guy, but you don't have to. So, guys, while I'm opening this, a couple of announcements. So once I start reviewing, once October starts up and I get into all these new bourbons that I've acquired over the last month and doing those reviews, on one of my live streams, I'll have a new shipment of shirts coming in. So I'm going to be doing another T-shirt giveaway. And for one lucky winner, the T-shirt giveaway, I'm going to be giving away multiple shirts. But one lucky winner, I'm going to be sending a sample of the 130th anniversary bottle for Four Roses. So hope you guys are excited for that. That'll be a little bit tougher of a contest, but you guys will get a shot to get a sample of the new Four Roses 130th. So hope you're excited for that. All right. And the Extravaganza is open. Well, it's not open yet. Oh, that's a loud pop. All right. Let's get this one open. This is the regular. So here we go, guys. Head to head. Boom. All right. So let's pour a little spice tree here. Nice. And Spice Tree Extravaganza going here. Awesome. All right, let's make some room. So for those of you guys that don't know, the Extravaganza in particular is basically an amped up version of this using older whiskeys. I think some of the whiskeys in here are, so this was to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the re-release of the original Spice Tree after they got shut down by the SWA and they had to redo it. So trying to think if it says on here what is in it. I know there's a bunch of different whiskeys in it, but just older versions of them. There's some 15, 18 year in there. It's a mix of Highland malts, single malts from Dalween, Clylanish, Teenanic, and a bunch of others. It's bottled at 46%. And I'm trying to see, what should I start with here? Basically, if we go to the color is virtually identical. But as I've learned in my Scotch journey, color really doesn't, it's not going to really tell you too much about the flavor. So. Blue 76 Dram plus shirt. Yes, Dram plus shirt. Absolutely. I feel like I had that 130th anniversary bottle, and I'm going to open it. I'm going to review it, and it's going to be open. So if I have the chance to share it with you guys, that's what it's about. So give you guys a shot at a dram of that stuff. It's supposed to be pretty good. But I'll be reviewing that starting next month. So, all right. So well, you know what? I'm going to try the regular compass box first. Yes, Bourbon Shenanigans. I got way more sizes this time. I got XLs, I got double XLs, larges, and a few mediums, or smediums as I call it. So everyone will have plenty of sizes. Have plenty of sizes to pick from. All right. All right. So the compass box, as I remember on the nose, a lot of baking spices, heavy vanilla. Dark fruits. It's got that really nice buttered, burnt toast smell to it that I've been finding in most of the bourbons I've tried that I love. Just a great nose on this. It just makes it so inviting. It's just super vanilla, but you could tell that those toasted hogsheads that he used really imparted some great flavor into it. Now we're going to the Extravaganza. Let's see how this one is on the nose. Wow, yeah, actually totally different. This is, yeah, this is really amped up. You could smell the little bit more age on this. It's you're getting those baking spices, you're getting the vanilla, but to me on this you're getting more oak, you're getting more of that wood flavor, those older whiskeys in here. This is good. Oh, it just sorry guys. The main thing with Scotch is the more it opens, the more I smell. It just completely changes the more it opens up. And I've been noticing that too in the bottles that I've reviewed and that I've left open. That when I go back to them, the flavor profile is just completely, not completely changed, but it's changed a good amount. Whether it be sweeter or getting a little bit more oaky, a little bit more subdued. It's pretty cool. So whenever I hear Roy or the Scotch test dummies, they talk about, when after they leave a bottle open, it gets a little bit sweeter or changes the profile. I totally understand. But the Spice Shake Extravaganza, this is milk chocolatey caramel, a really nice burnt toast, creamy vanilla, baking spices all day, baking spices, cinnamon, nutmeg. This is like a perfect fall dram from right here. All right. All right, I'm excited. So first, regular spice tree on the palate. Here we go. Cheers, everybody. See, now this one has been open for a while. And well, okay. So when I first touched my palate, it tastes a little bit differently. But maybe it's because I'm coming off the bourbon. Let me get another sip of this. Mm. Yeah, that's really good. Same thing, baking spices. It's gotten a little bit lighter. It's more now. I'm getting like an apple to it, apple flavor, baked apples, cinnamon, nutmeg. That really nice burnt toast, the butter, like I mentioned. Okay. Now, extravaganza. Cheers, fellas. Here we go. Hmm. Okay, so wow. Hold on, I gotta take another sip of this real quick. This is not a bad thing to be doing on a Wednesday. Here we go. Wow. This is toasted. I'm sorry, dark toast with caramel on it, sprinkled with cinnamon, nutmeg, and maybe a dark fruit on top. This is delicious. Um, it's definitely more oak forward. I think that, like I said before, that older whiskey, it's imparting some really, ooh, excuse me. It's imparting some really deep, dark flavors into this. I wouldn't say it's this amped up. I feel like this has a different flavor profile to it altogether. Um, if you guys feel the same way, let me know. Donner Pass, you should definitely redo this after the extravaganza has been open for a while. Yeah, Donner, I would agree with that just because so much of these scotches change over time. I'm trying to let these open, and this has been open obviously for a little while. The regular spice tree, but the spice tree extravaganza here. Yeah, on the noses, now they're becoming more similar, but the extravaganza, because of the age, I think you're definitely getting more of that toasted wood note in it. Mm. That's good. There's a caramel milk chocolate fruit note to it. It's got a nice long finish to it. You know what's you know what's funny? Let me check something out here. So the ABV on this is 46%, and I believe this is the same. They're both 46. It's weird because this to me is, I guess if you're thinking of Spice Tree, this comes off as more spicy and has more of a kind of a kick to it. Whereas this is just, it's more well-rounded and it's fruitier and has amplified baking spices and notes to it. Obviously from the older whiskeys, it's really good. Yeah, this so far to me has the has that nice well-rounded flavor profile to it that you could find in some of the higher barrel-proof bourbons that I like to drink. So I'm definitely enjoying this. But I think this is probably more of a universal Scotch. This is a bit sweeter. It's not so oak forward, and you're getting those nice amplified baking spices on it. You're getting the apple, you're getting the cinnamon, the nutmeg, those nice toasted oak flavors, but it's not amplified. On this one, it's amplified. You're getting the toasted oak, but it's it's on another level. And not only that, you have the age of the whiskeys that are changing the flavor profile as well. Really good. That's really good. So let's see. Richie Z, the older whiskeys give the extravaganza richness and balance. Yeah, I agree, Richie. It definitely has. It's so much more rich. That creamy vanilla that you get and that butterscotch flavor is just taking over the entire palate. I mean, it's mouth coating. It's an amazing Scotch. I'm loving this stuff. Now the big question, we said it's double the price. This is about $60, 60, 65, depending where you are. And this, from what I saw, this is actually available in Ohio in a couple places. It's $120, $130. So is it worth paying double the price for it? That's the question. Let's see. If I had to be honest, which I always got to be honest, I would say no, actually. I think you're getting enough flavor and punch and spice and just an overall drinking experience. I think you're getting this enough in this bottle. This may be more amplified and maybe an older whiskey, but I think that older whiskey wood flavor, not that it plays against it, I just think it's not for everyone, whereas this would be for everyone, and you could drink it all day, every day, and be great. This is definitely a special occasion type Scotch. I think if you really enjoy those flavors, then you'll love this. If you're a Compass Box nut, if you love Compass Box and love those Spice Tree flavors, you'll really, really love this because it's so rich, it's so full of flavor, but it's got a really deep wood note to it, and not a lot of people like that. So it's really up to you, and really up to what you like to drink. I think for me, for this, I like wood flavor, especially when I drink bourbon, and I like it in the Scotch too. But this one, I think, is so toasted, and you get in those, when he uses those toasted heads to really impart some flavor into it. I think in this, it's very powerful, and it's not that it's taking away from it, but it's very good stuff. I can't say enough. It's got such a robust and good flavor profile, but I think this would be more of a good everyday drinker for everybody. Let's see. You should the older whiskeys, both are worth it. The Extravaganza made you say wow. Moved on to OKI 10-year. Okay. Yeah, the Extravaganza did make me say wow, Bird Dog, because of the enhanced flavors that are in it. I just, you know what? If this bottle was maybe, if it was maybe $100 instead of 130, 140, I'd definitely say pick that up. But for double the price, I don't know. I don't know if it's enough of a difference between the regular Spice Tree to warrant paying that much money for it. But like I said, if those flavors in Spice Tree, if that's your favorite Scotch and you love it and you're drinking it all the time, then you definitely need to go grab yourself this, because if you like the Spice Tree regular version, then you're gonna freak out over this. What do we got here? Let's see. Bourbon Shenanigans moved on to OKI 10-year. Oh, nice. Nice, Mike. I had one bottle of that, then finished it, and then it disappeared, and then it became New Riff. So I have a New Riff bottle and bond that I'm going to be reviewing as well. What's up, Santa Cruzin? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming by. So it's 9:52. We have about, let's see, have about 8 minutes left. So I'm going to finish this up. And so like I mentioned, guys, this Friday, it is Ardbeg time. So I'm going to be trying this, going to be reviewing it. And I'm actually really excited to review this after the Lagavulin 8 that I love so much. So that's going to be Friday's video. So I hope you guys enjoy that one. Going to be shooting that one tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. A lot of people were telling me to try different Ardbegs, you know, do the Ugadale, do the Corviecken, do what were some of the other ones? Some people told me to try the Lafroig as well, which I think I'm definitely going to try. I would like to do kind of a taste test of the Ardbeg, Lafroig, and Lagavulin and see which one I like better. Oh, Dark Cove. Yeah, Moose. Dark Cove was also mentioned. Good call. Thank you. I cannot find Dark Cove in Ohio. I looked for it. I haven't seen it anywhere. Lore. Yeah, there's a lot of good Ardbegs, but I figured I'd try. I'd start with the classic 10-year and see how that grabs me. But like I said, excuse me. Like I said, I'm after the Lagavulin 8, which I really loved. I'm really looking forward to this. So let me know, guys, in the comments real quick before we sign off here. In your opinion, because I'm new to the peat world, are there differences in your minds between Lagavulin peat, Lafroig peat, and Ardbeg peat, or is it just the way the distilleries do it? Is a difference in the flavor profile? School me, tell me, let me know. Richie Z, the Scotch journey is just beginning. yes, I found that out. Dwayne Large, Ardbeg 10 versus Lafroig 10. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get some Lafroig. Richie Z, get the debit card ready. Yeah, it's already taken a hit from trying these different Scotches. Moose 76, yes. Jason Coates, yes, definitely differences. All three excellent. Absolutely, there's a difference. Wow, Bird Dog. You guys are adamant. Okay. So Lagavulin to me had a sweet barbecue flavor to it, sweet barbecue peat. Well, I'm sipping more of the Spice Tree Extravaganza because it's freaking delicious. Oh, man, that's good. Sorry. So Lagavulin, as I said, to me had a barbecue-y sweetness that I really enjoyed. Is Lafroig, Ardbeg, are they more medicinal, or you know, what is it about what's the differences in your opinions, guys? I want to know. Santa Cruzin is drinking a Maker's Mark Private Select tonight. Nice. Some of those are just amazing. Those private selects. I've said it before in other live streams how good they could be, how good they can get if the people selecting those barrels know what they're doing. Richie Z, there's tons of differences in peat. Yeah, I mean, Richie, I just caught that just doing the Highland Park peat that I tasted in that was completely different to me than the Lagavulin 8 peat that I had. The Highland Park peat was earthy. It was like a wet, earthy, almost like a grassy peat note to it. But it did have some fruit flavors in there. But that Lagavulin was like sweet barbecue. It was delicious. Jason Coates, Lefroy is probably the most medicinal. Okay, Band-Aidy of the three. Ardbeg is crisp, dry, ashy. Okay, so that's the note that I'm looking forward to trying on this. A lot of people have said it's got like an ash to it, like a creosote or something along those lines. Lagavulin shows its age. It's deep, sweet, and complex. In his opinion. Okay, no, I appreciate that. That's good to know. Moose, Lefroy is medicinal. Ardbeg is campfire ash. Okay, that makes me kind of excited because I have enjoyed the campfire peat, especially when I don't know if you guys in the chat, if you guys have had the new Fire and Cane yet, because that to me was sweet, but it had a very pungent campfire smoke to it. It wasn't like any of the peats that I've had in the other ones. It was a campfire type smoke. So if that's the case in the Ardbeg, then I'm really excited. I got more earthiness from Ardbeg than ashiness. Okay. So yeah, we get it's a good mix of flavor profiles. For me, that Lagavulin was great, but I'm really excited to taste it up against the Ardbeg. Ryan Richardson, hey, nice to see you, man. I don't think I've seen you in the chat yet. If you haven't been here, welcome. Appreciate you coming by. Joseph Esplun, thank you for coming as well. I don't think I said hi to you yet. Ryan Richardson, Old Forest or Prohibition, much better after sitting a while, not a real sweet bourbon. Cheers. Yes, Ryan. I think a couple weeks ago, I was very sad because I finished my Prohibition bottle. It isn't super sweet. It's oaky, it's strong, it's chocolatey, a little bit of cherry in there. It is a really, really great bourbon. It's $60, but I think it's worth every penny. It's so good. Jason Coates, I just killed a bottle of that last night. Agree with your assessment. Yeah. Bird Dog again with the Dickel Rye. He loves his Dickel Rye. Bird Dog, I'm gonna have to do a review of that. I don't think I've ever had Dickel Rye, so I'm gonna have to do a review of that because you've been talking about it. So I'm gonna try that. All right, guys. So Dan Trout's running. I think I'm about out of time here. It's been an hour. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe. Hit the like button, please. Tell your friends about the channel. I really appreciate it. Hope you had a fun time. I know it was a packed show, but want to do a lot. And looking forward to the next live stream. Same time, Wednesday night next week at 9 p.m. And as I always say, everyone, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share it with. Cheers, everybody. Have a great night and a great rest of the week. See you soon. Damn, that's good.